this is my drum group, quite a lot of channels, as you can see. So yeah, let's listen to it all together. So I'd say the most prominent aspect, also which gives the track its character, is the snare, because the snare is quite clocky and very, very garagey. And if I would just use a normal clap, I think the track wouldn't be what it is. So let me see where I can find the sample. Yeah, that's it. So I don't know where I found the sample, but as you can see here, I chopped it off quite a lot. This is how it would sound. It's a little bit too much of a tail, so I just wanted to have just the attack basically. And I got rid of the low end, pushed a little bit of the mid, as you can see here. And there's a phase mistress on there to give it a slight movement. So this is now me overdoing it. Sorry, was here. And just to give it a little bit of movement, so it's not doing the same stuff all the time. So while we are at the main snare, let's add some other elements that belongs to the snare. So there's also a clap on top, a very simple 909 clap. Again, the phase mistress, I make it a little bit more wet this time, gave it a bit more movement. I only really wanted to have the higher frequencies, but not everything. So as you can listen now, there's too much on the high frequencies going on again. It makes it sound a bit glassy, or let's say artificial. I wanted to keep it a bit more organic. And then we have another snare sample here, which is this one, and it also does a little bit of weirdness in the end of the bar, where it kind of plays with different notes, and it kind of ended up as being my fill. So let's listen to it all together. So yeah, it's basically just one snare sound that plays different notes, and yeah, I think it was just playing around with it and sounded quite cool, and this is what came out. I used the third snare sound as well for a little snare roll for the main breaks, as you can listen here, together with the kick drum.
Rhythm, snare, bass.
And when you look at the notes that I played for the main snare, you can see that I also did a little bit of changes here and there. And this time I didn't use the swing from Ableton. I basically just drawed the notes myself a little bit further away from where they're supposed to be, to give them basically my own swing. And they play quite well together with the other snare, especially in this area. So at this point where I thought, okay, I had another snare on this point as well, over here, but I thought it sounds a bit boring if you have the same snare, so I just added this one, so give it a little bit more of interest in the groove. And as you know, always the small changes, these are the most important ones to keep the interest, especially with house music where everything is kind of repetitive, so you really need to keep the interest by adding small things here and there. Okay, when we come to the hi-hats, we have this one, standard 909 that I took from some sample pack, from a loop actually, but I just cropped out the sample that I wanted. I transposed it 1 semitone down. I added soothe to get a little bit away of the resonances, as you can see here. Not so much, 80% more or less mixed in. So as you can see, it's not doing a lot. I was also using Dr. MS, which is it's kind of a spatial processor that can influence the side signals, or it can make a mono signal as side signals. So if I play it without it, that's with, that's without. So this is basically how it was before. So as you can hear the difference, I just pushed the sound a little bit to the sides. Not much, as you can see here. It's on 14 milliseconds, and then I used only 29%. So if you want to go extreme with it, so this would be like super stereo, super to the sides. So I just did like 29%. I just thought, because I have another open hi-hat here, which is really only doing the really, really high frequencies together. It's almost not noticeable, but it definitely changes the sound a little bit. And I felt without this second 909 that there was missing a little bit of high end, and I think the track needed a bit more energy up there. So this is why I added it.